There's still a lot of people here at the New Roads Harvest Festival, but the energy is low after 2 girls were ejected from the Ferris wheel and one of them was stuck. Following Judge Greggs' denial of Wheat's pumping schedule, Wheat filed an accommodation request through the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA. The court denied her request, saying breastfeeding is not considered a disability. Only one day back on the job, and there's already been a change. Judge Ebony Johnson Rose will no longer be presiding over criminal cases. You can pretty much always count on traffic in parts of Baton Rouge. Representative Dixon McMakin is trying to alleviate some of that by adding a 3rd lane to the I-10 eastbound exit towards Seguin. Yeah, Tisha, Boots on the Bayou has been in full swing all day. People were showing up at 8 a.m. for this. It's the perfect weather for a weekend full of country music with some big stars like Keith Urban, Riley Green, and our very own Louisiana star, John Foster, who I'm actually on the tour bus with right now. John, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
So tell me what it's like. You performed today. Tell me what it's been like so far. Coming back from a horse show in Slidell around 8:30 at night last Saturday, the Gilpin family faced the scariest moments of their lives.
To leave somebody like that, accidents happen, but you don't leave somebody like that on the side of the road. If we would have flipped 10 foot sooner, we would have drowned in the canal, and nobody would have found us until the next morning because it was so dark. It felt like forever, but it must have been, I don't know, a couple minutes.
Stacy Gilpin is holding her only daughter a little closer tonight after she saved her husband, and their horses' lives. A reckless driver crashed into the side of their truck and caused them to flip. The trailer, with their 13-year-old horse Whiskey, detached mid-air and flipped on its side. The driver kept going.
We could barely hear Mia in the back. She was mumbling, "I'm gonna get y'all out. Don't worry, I'm gonna get y'all out."
The second we stopped flipping, I had to take a breath and tell my parents that we were okay. I was like, it's gonna be okay.
Mia Gilpin is just 14 years old, but took control of the situation when her parents were trapped in the car and there was only one way out.
So I kicked the window. I didn't have any shoes on. I kicked the window out and I felt my parents coming out behind me.
After pulling her parents out, she went to save her best friend.
I'm so glad he's okay. He's everything to me.
Mia managed to get Whiskey to come out of the trailer and swim through the canal to get out.
Without that trailer, I don't think he'd be alive. It saved his life. My dad's truck saved our lives. He really shouldn't be alive. He's a miracle. He could have drowned me in there. He could have hurt me with the windows, with the glass, all that, but he was just great. Same thing with my parents, breaking out that window. God had his hand on me. I would have never thought I'd be able to do that.
Thanks to Mia, everyone is okay, but the driver who did this is still out there.
Just for them to leave us there, it kind of breaks my heart that the world's like that, but you know.
LSP confirmed that this is a hit and run and they need help finding out whoever did it. Whoever it was would have damage to the front right side of their vehicle. Stacy told me that she's certain it was a white pickup truck that hit them. If you know anything, call LSP or Crime Stoppers. Greg?
All right.
Those screams of excitement quickly turned into screams of terror during the second day of the annual New Roads Harvest Festival.
Yeah, I'll probably never get on another Ferris wheel.
Investigators say 2 young girls were ejected from the Ferris wheel onto a steel platform below. Eddie Jones bought tickets for the next ride.
And I heard a girl scream, and I looked over, and the Ferris wheel, the car was kinked over. I don't know how it got in that position, but it was stuck.
Jones says he saw 2 girls with blood on them, and another girl was stuck in the cart about 15 feet in the air. The sheriff tells us one of the girls had to be airlifted to a Baton Rouge hospital.
Like to fall, how far they fell, it was bad. It was bad.
Ronald Brasso and his friends were on the Ferris wheel the night before. He says he didn't feel safe.
But it was cracking, they need to take this down.
Brasso believes the hinges might have been stuck.
When the Ferris wheel goes, it's supposed to, the things are supposed to swing with it, but it got stuck. And so as it was going around, it was just stuck at an angle when they flipped out of it.
Officials with the Office of the State Fire Marshal are legally required to check these rides and attractions every time they're set up. Jones says this could have been him and his daughter, or any other family at the festival, and he thinks it was preventable.
It should not have stuck like that. They had a major malfunction. Someone didn't do something right, that's for sure.
The sheriff says the girls are recovering, but we do not know the extent of their injuries. Riley Kramer, WAFB 9 News.
Devastated.
Devastated and at a loss for words. Danny Dunn looks at what's left of his house after a fire last night.
I mean, I lost everything.
The home was built in the 50s and was more than just the place he grew up in. It was Danny's entire life.
I've been here 61 years. Whole family history.
Danny's brother Carl says their family has been making it their own ever since.
My dad and I and my brothers, we poured the concrete around it. We added on to the house. We put every nail, every piece of shingle, every piece of siding on that house. And so it's more than just a sentimental thing.
Carl Dunn, who's also the Baker chief of police, says the neighbor they grew up with, Hampton Craig, did what he could to save the house.
From before the fire department got here, I was spraying water, and I think when they finished, I was still spraying water.
As someone who lost his mother in a fire 13 years ago, Craig was determined to help. For over 3 hours, he stood outside with a hose in hand.
That's my neighbor. That's my faithful neighbors. I've been helping them since I moved over here.
Chief Dunn hasn't lived there in years, but he says even though the house might not make it, the memories will last forever.
All I can do is think about it and smile because everything good to me was over there.
But this was Danny's home. As the water still drips, Danny doesn't know what's next, but he hopes it can still be in the place full of memories and love. Riley Kramer, WAFB 9 News.